Backdoor again. Jaylen Brown, right-hand slam, and he lets out the yell as Mike Budenholzer calls timeout, which you could hear him do over a very quiet crowd. Shut off by Connaughton. Kick out Tatum. He's open, so he takes the three and hits another one. 40 for Tatum after a slow start.
40 for Tatum. Celtics win at 140-99 over the East-leading Milwaukee Bucks. Welcome to the Celtics postgame live. Tom Giles, Eddie House, and the C's certainly bouncing back from the other night and flexing their muscles in Milwaukee. As Sean Grandy said, Jason Tatum with the 40 points, 8 of 10 from 3. Thought that was huge. Great to see. And the 30 points from Jaylen Brown. Those two guys combined it for 70. But, Eddie, you want to start with the defense? Because I think it all started there for you in the first half and really continued in the second half.
Yeah, it did. The defense, it's always good to be on the right side of the belt, right? Because that was an ass whooping right there. And it's always good to be on the other side than the receiving side, okay? And we were giving it and not taking it. The other night we took it a little bit. But at the same time, yeah, it started with the defense. I thought they were engaged. I thought they came out with a focus, with a mindset of understanding what this game meant, not only for, opportunity to possibly go get the number 1 seed, but also with the possibility of just planting that seed, in the heads of Milwaukee Bucks. Like, hey, don't forget last year we got y'all. We got y'all again, and it's coming down to that time. Y'all have everybody out there. We have everybody out there, and we're going to go to work.
2-1 on the season series between the Bucks and the Celtics. So the Celtics take the season series. And that one loss, by the way, was an overtime game in Milwaukee where the Celtics were shorthanded. Just saying. And it is just one game here tonight. But again, I mean, we talked about this team being able to flip the switch. And considering what we saw on Tuesday, what we saw tonight, does it seem like they can flip the switch if they have to?
No, there was no switch that was flipped, right? They came in with the mindset from the start, right? When we talk about flipping the switch, that's like something that's like in the middle of the game, they're lollygagging, they're playing down to the level of their competition, and all of a sudden they flip. No, it wasn't that. They came into this game with the mindset of they understood the task at hand. They knew this was a dangerous game, and I felt like regardless if it was a back-to-back for Milwaukee, I felt like the Celtics came in knowing that they blew it against Washington, and now they have a team that's really been playing well since the All-Star break, and it was at that point where we can't have any lapses in our focus. And I thought they were razor sharp with their focus tonight.
Yeah, they were. And again, let's start with Jason Tatum and the night that he had, and check out some of the highlights that we saw from Tatum because you see the numbers for both Tatum and Brown behind us here. 40 points for Tatum, 30 points for Brown. Jaylen did most of that in the first quarter. He had 17 points in the first quarter to get the Celtics off to a great start. But it was just Tatum throughout the night. And then, we talked about the third quarter, the importance of it coming out and kind of, imposing your will a little bit and letting Milwaukee know that you're not messing around here. And the Celtics came out and they won the third quarter by 12. And Jason Tatum, a huge part of that.
Oh, huge part of it. I mean, when he gets going and he's downhill, he's focused on getting to the basket, and then the game starts opening up for him. I mean, he hadn't been shooting the ball particularly well from 3. Tonight was one of those games where he had it rocking and rolling, but I think Jaylen Brown came out and made a statement in the first quarter with the 17 points, being in attack mode, and the way that they played defense. I think that was the tone setter for this game. And those two guys spearhead that. Your leaders are going to lead, and when they do that, the rest of the players follow suit. And we talk about Jason Tatum right now. I mean, 8 for 10 from 3.
That's huge to me.
Is impeccable.
It's impeccable, but it's also, we've been waiting to kind of see it from him a little bit. So to see that really makes you feel better about, where his game. I mean, as a shooter, right? Seeing it go in.
Right, and but not only just sitting back and saying I'm gonna keep shooting and eventually I'll make it. We've seen him focus on trying to get to the basket and open that up. And now we're looking at Jaylen Brown. He had the 17 in the first quarter. I think he set the tone. And again, he has a lot to play for, right? How many times has his name been in trade rumors? Now it's, can he get the Supermax?
It needs the All-NBA to get the Supermax.
It's so much noise around Jaylen Brown's name, right? Instead of just being, he's a hooper for the Celtics. He's a straight baller. It's so much noise around him. It's will he be here next year, or is he a guy that they were not going to keep, and all these things. But he goes out there and he performs, and he usually sets the table because the first quarter usually seems like they are Jaylen Brown quarters.
All right, so as you look at the current Eastern Conference standings, the Celtics now 2 games back in Milwaukee for that #1 seed. They do own the tiebreaker. So with 5 games to play, Celtics go 5-0 and Milwaukee goes 3-2. The Celtics would be the #1 seed. So obviously a lot needs to happen and a lot needs to go their way to secure that. But they also put a little space between them and Philadelphia. So now a 2.5-game lead over the Sixers, who are sitting in that 3 spot. I mean, the priority, I would think at this point, obviously you'd love to have the #1 seed, but to get back to playing great basketball, like the way they did tonight, isn't that really what you want to see over these last 5 games is just play great basketball the way they have for much of the last couple of weeks outside of what we saw on Tuesday? Yeah,
but I do want why not shoot for that #1 seed? I mean, if you have an opportunity, and I mean, things have to fall your way. You have to hope that Milwaukee doesn't play particularly well in some games when you play well, but it is about just focusing on what you can do. Control the controllables. Make sure that you're on point offensively, defensively, that you're tied in together, and everybody has the same message, because it was a year ago, right? Coming into the playoffs, everybody, we finally got it rocking and rolling and have an opportunity to win a championship. Get to the finals. In Game 4, have a chance to put a stranglehold in that series and don't do it. And then you look at what Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum did over the summer, and then also bringing guys in and other guys getting healthy. I think at this point, it's about playing your best brand of ball, and you have to shoot for the #1 seed, because otherwise you're saying, hey, let's take our foot off the gas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying.
That's what we've been hearing too much, is we let our foot off the gas. Yeah. It got to be pedal to the metal right now.
Okay, well, it was certainly tonight, and it's exactly what you wanted to see. By the way, Marcus Smart, who had 10 points in this one. Also, Marcus Smart, the facilitator, had 8 assists. He's standing by with Abby Chin.
Marcus, I saw you holding guys back after that dust-up between Thanasis and Blake. Was it tough for you to be on the sidelines for all that?
No, it wasn't tough at all. I was glad to be on the sideline. And in that situation, when things go like that, you forget, it's just a natural reaction to get up, take a step towards the court. And unfortunately, that's a no-no, and that can get us in some trouble. So we need everybody. And I was just trying to make sure, nobody stepped on the court, even if it was just for a split second, to give anybody reason to be out for the next games.
You guys said the other night after that loss in Washington, this game would be about the response. You were in control basically from the jump. What was the approach?
Just focusing on us. We understood that coming in tonight, it was going to be a major challenge against a really, really good team. And we knew how these guys play. We knew that they was going to come out and challenge us. So we just wanted to be ready for that, and we just wanted to redeem ourselves.
Between the second and the third quarter, you guys went on an 80-40 run. What keyed that?
Just our guys. A mindset to just keep going. You've seen JB keeping us in this stand, aggressive, and then JT got hot. And, everybody was, just pinching in and doing what we were supposed to do on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, speaking of the Jays, a very efficient 40 and 30. How easy does it make your job when they're playing like that?
Tremendously easy. It's just for me, all I got to do is find them, give them the ball, and get out of their way.
Finally, you guys beat the team with the best record in the NBA on their floor. What kind of message does that send?
We're just getting ready. We're getting ready. Our mindset coming into this game before was a little lackadaisical. We just want to show and let everybody know that our mindset is changing and we're getting in the zone.
Marcus, thank you. Congratulations.